So I'm a huge fan of the Sniper Elite series. It's great, reliable, consistent, just like the developer Rebellion. They just make fun games. I look forward to one of their releases because usually I know what I'm in for. I really enjoyed Sniper Elite 5. While it didn't surpass 4, it was still a very good game. I loved it. Lots of fun, great modes, cool additions like Invasion, some missing sadly like say Overwatch, and overall lots of replay value. I would play it, complete a level, and then just want to dive back into it. It was one of those kinds of things. With their most recent entry with Sniper Elite Resistance, this title really wasn't Sniper Elite 6, but rather more of a spin-off and a full-blown expansion to Sniper Elite 5. If you liked the prior one, then you know what you're getting into with this one. Now that I've played the game more, I wanted to comment on whether this title actually came up short or not, and what were some of those shortcomings, especially as it pertains to the story. While Sniper Elite may not be a game that you come to for its story, I did appreciate the prior efforts that would be made in this area. I felt like a lot with 5 even. There was a lot of effort made to have it be more cinematic, more cutscenes between a cast of characters, more of Carl. The series always had some really cool cutscenes. Just look at some of the intro ones in Sniper Elite 3. They were awesome, but the narratives here are more of a man on a mission type of stuff, and provide context to all of the action. But in 5, you got those cutscenes along with the briefings and debriefings with each of the levels. In Resistance, outside of the first and last mission, you don't really get those types of cutscenes. You still get the briefings and debriefings, but what is missing are the other cutscenes for the other levels. There is this feeling that something is just not there that should be. Again, not a series that I really play for the narrative. But when I look at the prior games and then saw this new one, there is this missing piece. It feels like it, especially at the end, where the writers are trying to usher in some characterization and impactfulness to Harry, along with a rivalry between another bad guy. All of it just feels very underdeveloped. Like there are cool moments and good cutscenes, but not exactly like they felt well earned or really built up to. It feels like cutscenes were either missing because of how story stuff was done with Sniper Elite 5, along with how the narrative works, especially in the last level. With this game, we are controlling a new protagonist, Harry instead of Carl. I think this is where we needed more of those cutscenes as a means to really cement this character with us as the players. Like we know Carl, we love Carl, especially with his distinct voice. With Harry, we know that he loves Jason Statham, and so much so he practices that impression while at home. And he is a die-hard soldier as well. He needed just a bit more. I wanted to add this on as well and then clarify. What cutscenes are here are rather good. It's always a positive thing having a story portraying men being men, if that makes any sense. These tough soldiers are doing hard work, willing to give it all for a cause that is bigger than their own lives. You feel this in some of the last mission. I just wish that the game really built up to this with its narrative. Again, really good moments in that last mission, but it all feels like rushed attempts to then get the player emotionally invested in Harry before this dangerous mission. When shifting a playable character for the player, this needs to be done with a lot of care. I think decent efforts were made here, but the game and honestly Harry deserved more. In the past titles, it was Carl all the time, so when you provide a new Sniper Elite game, Resistance or not, you need to then win over the player on this new character. Really get our buy-in. While I think this game does things very well, I think this is an instance where it could have benefited from really giving Harry more moments to shine from a narrative perspective. I wanted to like him more than I do. He is decent and even good in some cases, but proper build-up would have been a better way to really pay off those hard-hitting moments. I am sure that some of this had to do with this game being more of a standalone expansion type of thing, but when looking at this series, if you're going to make that switch to another character, you need to sort of prove the reason why we are with Harry and not with Carl. Because even though they are two different characters, we are always going to be comparing the two. Hopefully this is something that can be improved upon in a future title. Something that is kind of funny in retrospect is that through seeing this stuff in-game and then writing the script now, this has got me thinking about Sniper Elite's story more than I probably would have ever been. I think a big part of this is why we like Carl. We love him even. Why that was always a constant here is that you have a man with a very distinct voice. For me, he will always be Sergeant Cortez. He is a great voice actor. I wish he was in more stuff. But it's great that we can always hear him here in a new mainline Sniper Elite game. But in the aspect of having that man on a mission type of stuff, there's no real, hey, let's chat about our feelings or anything like that. But rather, here's the enemy. We have a job to do. We're going to get it done. We have to figure out that part about it. Again, in today's climate, to have characters and stories like this is kind of refreshing. While I'm always here for the gameplay, because there's so much to love about it, even just reflecting on some of the stuff with Resistance, I think it speaks to how Rebellion did a pretty good job at effective and simple storytelling for their prior games. It's an area that I didn't appreciate as much as I should at the time, but in hindsight I like this aspect more and acknowledge it too. Now with Resistance, it's kind of funny, because it's one of those situations where you didn't really realize what you had until it was gone. And that is exactly where I take some of my issues with Resistance here and its story. We had a bunch of stuff before, and while I may not have seen it as a reason that I've played those games, it was something that was always there, and it contributed to the good elements of the series. Now when playing through Sniper Elite Resistance, and seeing elements of that are missing, and also how it could have been done a bit better, you both see an area for Rebellion to then improve on, along with really what they had before, and then appreciating those aspects more too. I actually did not foresee me making a video more focused on the narrative aspect and the character side of things with Sniper Elite Resistance, but much of this sort of hit me after I completed the last level, and felt compelled to make something like this to talk about this topic. It was like, yep, I see better what is missing here, what parts are good and what aspects could have been better. As an overall opinion on this title, that has not changed. I honestly love the game, and yes, it has its flaws and probably a bit more buggier than I would have liked, but that Sniper Elite fun that I come to these titles for, it's all here, and with plenty of replay value too. I give Rebellion credit for trying to expand the Sniper Elite games a bit further, and now in the story department, I think maybe some more moments of Harry to really shine could have been a good way to boost his character up just a bit. I do hope the slick presentation from Sniper Elite 5 comes in 6, and maybe with its own tweaks and improvements as well. Still a great game, just parts of its story execution and character could have been improved on. What are your thoughts on all of this? What do you think of Sniper Elite from a story perspective? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.